And we're live. Nice. Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today we enjoyed
Johnny Sweats.
the second last shots of the Nikka Japanese whiskey. Take you behind the scenes for a minute. We are completely disjointed today. We usually shoot 2 studio videos and then we shoot a bolo. We shot 1 studio, couldn't think of a good topic. I had one, I forgot to write it down. For the second one, we did the bolo, did our shot, said, oh my gosh, this is what we can do. We did the second studio one, and we were bumping right up against the time. Yeah. And Mr. Magazine was having the house got really, really hot all of a sudden.
Yeah, that sweats. Yeah, I don't know.
We're having all kinds of problems today. So, but we are here, back and better than ever, as Mike and Mike would say.
Okay.
Take it away, Mr. Magazine.
Lovely Lori's First in House. How's it going? Awesome Antiquarian Bookman. I'm going to say Lovely Lewis. I don't know. First L came to my head. Sorry about that. Marvelous Michael. Cool Cards for Kids, Oregon. Juicy John Jones. Jerky John Jones. Joyous John Jones.
Joyous. I like Joyous.
All the above joyous work. Super Sweetwater. Voracious Feral Girl Vintage. And the Enforcer is in the house.
Nice. So we'll get it started like we always do. Again, disjointed. That's why we started the show a little differently today. Mr. Magazine hit us going live while I was in the restroom.
Well, down to 1 second.
I had to run on in, so we are completely off our game today. So how are sales for everybody out there? And that's not a good sigh.
No, I don't know what's going on. Saturday and Sunday for eBay was putrid. I'm going to use putrid again. It was bad. I don't know what's going on. Numbers are super low, and we got some good stuff on. We got the sales, the offers. It makes no sense how almost 200,000 listings, and we're down 30, 40, 50% sometimes on those days. It's crazy.
Well, I'm going to jump a little out of order today from how I usually do things. In the last week, I have sold nothing on Etsy. Amazon sales are down. They're down considerably from where they usually are.
Right.
I sold 1 item on Biblio, so that's through the roof. Nothing on the website. I think I sold one, or my wife did on Vivs-Views. Nothing, I don't believe, on $1 Million Peddlers. And then I'm on eBay itself. Sales are terrible. My point is, sales are bad for me on all venues. Except Biblio, of course, with that 1 item. But they're bad on every venue. So it isn't just eBay this time. It's across the board everywhere. And we have a little segment we call Excuse of the Week. And usually I come up with some silly little reason why. Oh, the butterflies are coming out. That's why.
Yeah.
But I truly think what is going on November 8th, Mr. Magazine? Put you on your civics lesson.
It's the day before I go to my show, and I'm going to miss this show.
That is true. Election day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I think that a lot of people are watching election coverage. That's all you hear about on the news is election. And I think people are kind of all caught up in election, all that stuff going on. Mm-hmm. I think the real world is actually interfering a fair amount with our sales in general right now. Mm-hmm. I think everybody's wondering what's going to happen in the upcoming election. Where's the economy going? Where's this going? Where's that going? I think people are taking a wait and see attitude. And I think the other thing that hurt, you mentioned Monday morning when I went in, or actually Daddy, your helper over there, mentioned that the laundromat was lower.
Yes, it was. What's weird about that? Hold on, I'm going to interrupt. What's weird is because the bills were off. We're in Rochester, so it's Bill's country.
Oh, right. Yep.
And usually, you go into a Wegmans, after 1 o'clock, dead. After 1 o'clock, the laundromat dead. But the bills were not even playing, and the laundromat was dead.
It was dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're old enough that we use incorrect terms, and I do apologize for anyone I'm going to offend with what I'm going to say right now.
Cardi B.
I'm not going to offend Cardi B. I would never offend Cardi B. This last weekend, we had what in our less enlightened times we would have called Indian summer. Now we call it second summer. That's actually the term now that people use for it. But it was 80 degrees. And I think, at least here in Rochester, I know it was hot everywhere. Mm-hmm. So I think it kind of was a mix of everything together. And I truly do feel that people were just enjoying. They were doing their cleanups.
They were all at Home Depot. I went to Home Depot. Everyone was there.
Yeah, they were
there.
I
was getting basement materials. Shocking.
Oh boy.
Yeah, shocking.
But they were all, again, they were there. The leaves are starting to come down. I saw people raking leaves. Well, beautiful 80-degree day. You rake some leaves. You have your day doing that. Do you want to be inside with the computer when you know you're going to be inside for the next 3 months, 4 months, or do you want to spend a day outside, probably your last day outside?
Right.
If you're into looking at the leaves changing, we'll go for a little drive in the country. We'll look at the leaves. You come in the house, you turn the TV on. Oh, what's going on with this? Who's going to win the Senate? Who's going to, and you get sucked into all that coverage as well.
Right.
The last thing you're doing is buying a June 18th, 1977 Newsweek magazine, which I have available on eBay. It's the last thing that you're buying. So
free shipping.
There are free shipping too. So that's my thought as to why, but I like to know everybody else's sales. If we're just the outliers.
Oh, I got to stop. This is very important. Cards for Kids made a good point here.
We didn't hear about the drink of the night was. Oh, it was the
sweatshop.
The second last shot of the NIKKI Japanese whiskey, Japanese whiskey this time. We're almost done with that bottle. Thank goodness. Sales about average. Okay. So you're doing, I would be happy with average. I sold one item on Saturday on eBay. One. 20,000 items and I sold one.
Like, I feel like Amazon's, really well, steady, maybe a little better than last year. But if you think about it, say I'm selling 80 items a day, not including multi-orders, got 310,000 listings. It still doesn't seem like a lot. We should be 300 listings or something, some percentage of that. But, but again, it seems like it's more than eBay, so I'm doing better on Amazon than eBay, I guess.
Yep. See how everybody else is doing in their sales.
Right. Not too bad about Etsy.
Oh, reanimated my Etsy account. Oh, gosh. Yeah. No, it's not good at all. Yep. Nope.
All right. Lovely Lee's in the house. How's it going? Super Steve, how's it going? Lovely Linda.
Etsy thinking. Yeah, I think I came off of 2 weeks ago. I sold 6 or 7 items. I had my best week ever, and now I'm down to 0. And obviously, my product mix hasn't changed other than those 6 items not being on there. And I list an item every single day on there. It's just slow for whatever reason. I don't know, but it's, again, everything is slow right now. And not that I want to see you guys doing bad out there, but misery loves company. And if it's crazy, but if I know you guys are all doing bad as well, and Mr. Magazine's doing bad, then you stop necessarily looking in the mirror and saying, wait a minute, everybody else is going gangbusters and I'm selling one item all week. Wait, something's wrong with me.
Exactly.
But if everybody's slow, then you say, okay, this is a system-wide or an issue for everybody.
Nice Nova Crow's Nest in the house. Local Joe is in the house. Where's your Halloween tie? Paper Goy?
That is true.
Awesome. Aaron's in the house. Stop selling.
Oh, well, so have we. So have we. Exploring other options we have not come into yet, but we pretty much stopped selling also. A couple more people came in.
Right. Jeff is in the house. Shameless plug.
There you go. No problem. Jeff actually bought for me off of my Facebook auction on Monday. Cool. Thank you very much, Jeff. Your item is in the mail. Weekend sales are great. Wow.
That's shocking.
That's really good. Yeah.
Wow.
That's really good. Again, I sold one item.
Jeez. Marvelous Michelle, how's it going? All right. Cindy.
Got time on for live. Nice. Right. Awesome.
Dandy Dan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Newer items, putting up at the 2% like everybody else does. The older item, I don't know what you're doing on the newer items, but on the older items, I believe we're both basically at market rates now.
You should know you did it all for me.
Well, I did the market rates, but I don't know how the new items, what they go for you. They might all be market rates at that,
sure.
Which generate 4 to 6%, somewhere in there for most items.
Terrific Treasured Finders, how's it going? And We're Among Greatness.
Hey, wait. He's obviously on the wrong show.
Yeah, obviously. Well, obviously, your side of the picture's not coming in for.
Oh, that's where it's all fuzzy. That might be it too.
Darn it.
Welcome, prime time.
How's it going?
But I will say this too. What not for me, because I know Primetime does very well on there. What not for me? I did the Facebook auction. I was very happy with that. I did well on that. I did the What Not comic auction. That was your stuff I was selling, Mr. Magazine.
That you picked.
That I picked. 42 lots. I sold 3 lots.
Oh my goodness!
At $5 a lot, and they were
You-
all the funny animal things that sold.
You don't know how to pick them.
That
I got a
must
whole
be
long.
it.
You mean the old like Bronze Age stuff or a little
Yeah,
earlier?
yeah.
I got a whole long of that somewhere. Not great shape. I got a long somewhere. I'll give it to you when I see it.
That was all that sold.
Wow.
So 3 items out of 42, and I didn't change the stuff that usually I have an Iron Man lot.
Yeah.
Sells half the time. Usually I have a Fantastic Four lot that sells half the time.
Right.
Absolutely nothing other than funny animal stuff sold at all.
Jeez.
And it was brutal because there were times I was the only person in there. Now I kept talking, believe it or not.
Wow.
And I kept running the items because you absolutely never know. Somebody
Yeah.
could come in, but that was brutal. But then I did the trade card auction yesterday, and we in the auction trade call it a white glove auction, which means we sold every single lot that was put up.
Nice.
So, we in the auction trade.
Sure.
You
Yeah,
wouldn't
of
know
course,
about
yeah.
that.
But I would know about making money on trade cards.
That is true. So I want to thank everybody for coming on out for the trade card auction. That was very, very good. So very, very happy with that. I'm going to have to rethink at some point. I've got comic auctions for the next couple of weeks, and I'm going to have to rethink what I'm doing on those because can't stand there for 3 lots for an hour.
And I haven't done my part in sort of comics in a while. I've been kind of busy and sidetracked, but maybe I'll get some more longs for the next week or two.
What venue, Linda? What venue are they selling those on?
Probably both.
I don't know how they can do it on eBay. Amazon, I suspect those could be things where they've got the repricers and they're chasing to the bottom. That very well could be it because a lot of the bigger people will put things that was always a problem in the books. We call them the penny booksellers. Their repricer fought with my repricer till one of us was selling the book at a penny. And they were actually losing money when you add the shipping in. However, if you've got 500,000 books up, you don't notice that you're losing money on this book because another book is selling for $111 that you picked up on the same deal. So they were just going on bulk and lots of sales and didn't look at any given sale. They looked at the end of the day. We were making money at the end of the day was how they were doing it there because everything was automated for them on that. Whatnot seems to have fizzled for a number of people. Yeah, definitely.
Some people like that. Some people like that it fizzled and they just, stick with it. Good for them.
I had a white glove auction on the trade cards.
I'm not saying anything wrong. Jeez.
My goodness. White glove.
You're motivating people for this.
White glove.
I'm horrible remembering whatnot auction time. I'm horrible remembering that they're even part of the World Wide Web still.
Okay, Mr. Magazine made a comment to me before the show today.
I don't remember what it could be.
He was talking about something or other to come up that he had called me yesterday, but it was a little bit late, so I didn't answer the phone because it was right in the middle of my whatnot auction.
Oh, there you go. See, I don't know times of auctions. I'm horrible remembering whatnot auction times, just like Nova.
4 o'clock Tuesday, 4 o'clock Thursday. Whatnot is tough for comics now with so much competition on the platform. Yeah.
Well, I gotta imagine there's only so much money to be spent on buyers, whether they're a dealer or a collector. The more people selling them, it's got to water it down, whether it's good, bad, or ugly.
Without more buyers coming onto the platform.
Exactly,
yeah. And we did the video last week about it is a buyer's market just in general right now as well.
Right.
And I think whatnot is a microcosm. Ooh. And once I learn what that word means.
Brian's in the house. How's it going? Dandy Dan.
Lot them up in categories. List the out of print ones separately. You can't compete with the bottom feeders.
True.
No, that is absolutely true. Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
The white glove boys. There you go. Yep, they can, but still, if you're selling it for $3 with free shipping, was it $3.49 for the lowest media mail? Watched a lot of whatnot. 2 or 3 people in this week. Painful to watch. Yeah, I mean, even the white glove auction that I had yesterday, I think the max was 11 people. I think generally it was 7 people. Now it was a lot of fun. Everybody was interacting. We were all having a lot of fun there in the auction. It was a really good auction. We sold through everything, and it was fun. We all had a good time. But yeah, and again, it could be that site is being affected by everything as well.
Well, in my opinion, I don't know. I'm not a whatnot lover, and I don't sell a whatnot.
Wait, really? Is this breaking news? Wait,
this is breaking news.
How do we do the noise for breaking news?
If I have to gather or guess that during Christmas season, everyone wants to go on Amazon. Even eBay will pick up for Christmas. I don't necessarily think people are going to be going on whatnot for Christmas presents. So I think they may even dip for a little bit and then pick up again in January.
Well, you don't think they're all going to sit around singing Christmas carols, watching paper going on whatnot?
If everyone's looking for $3 comics and $4 trade cards for Christmas gifts, then they're going to make a killing.
Wow. Oh, wow. I don't know what to say. Really good movies, all sealed, that are given to me. Oh, so there you go. Yep. Yeah, definitely is. Definitely is, no doubt all about it. But again, like you've said, Primetime, and I've said any number of times, and do check out Primetime. If you do like Whatnot, he's got Whatnot for resellers. Feel free to drop a link if you want, Primetime, certainly. We're in it for the long term. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And if the site does take off and does become really, really successful, nothing against you, Mr. Magazine, whatsoever. Somebody goes on the site and they see Mr. Magazine on there and he's having a second sale and he sold 6 items, or they go on there and they see Primetime who sold 10,000 items or whatever. Yeah. Who are they going to go, well, geez, who are we going to trust? Who are we going to shop with? Who understands the site better? So I think long term, I think the site is viable, but I think that there will be some growing pains, such as a 42 item auction selling 3, but such is the way of life. How about
plus they may be competing when you said eBay, Amazon, and other companies.
Poshmark actually has started to do some live auctions.
They might dip in a little of the action there too.
Yeah, people are talking about Poshmark doing it, which of course doesn't affect me because I don't do clothes, but Poshmark is doing that also.
Well, someone's doing well from Whatnot, at least one person.
How about any buys? Anybody out there buy anything this week?
Jeez Louise. What have I bought? I spent a lot of toys. Toys are still coming in. Hot Wheels collections. Lots of toys, action figures. I got another deal working out in, I don't know, some states. I can't remember. Aaron actually found it. He's going next week for that one. We have the 18-wheeler delivery number 3 coming Friday. Actually, delivery number 2, I didn't take any pictures, so I'll make it up with number 3. So it's going to end up being around 200,000 magazines, and there's some really good finds in there. It's our containers chock full.
200,000?
Yeah.
Wow, it's even bigger than we thought. Yeah,
it's more than we thought. Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Yeah, double checking. We got like 100.
Did you count them?
Well, I estimated about 130,000 right now, so we'll be at 200,000 before it's all done. But we did empty out the pod with Avon bottles. We brought them to a U-Haul storage unit. So we should have room for the whole 18-wheeler number 3 coming Thursday or Friday.
Wow. That's
3 18-wheeler loads. That's the most ever that I bought, definitely.
It beats. I'm looking at my buys. Did go to a library sale. They know what they're doing at those library sales. Oh, go ahead. Say hello.
Hello from hey Janet, how's it going? Hello from Australia. Really enjoy watching your videos and your Aussie type sense of humor. That's Papergoy. The first live I've been watching. All right. Hope you're having fun because we always do.
So I went to a library sale, and they know what they're doing at the library sale. And it was actually kind of funny. It was the first day of the library sale. Now, I knew about it because I was driving to an estate sale the week before and saw the sign up for it. So I said, I got to go to that. So I went to the library sale on the first day, and they were actually turning people away at the door. People were walking away at the door because it was first day. They had an option. $5 admission for the first day of the sale, or you can pay $10 and become a friend of the library, and then you get admission to that one, and you also get first day admission to the next 2 sales they have.
Well,
plus they'll send you notification of the sales. I said, well, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to pay the $10 because I won't know about the other 2 sales because I just happened to know about it because I was driving by. So for me, it was a no-brainer. I ended up buying a couple of OK comics at it, one of which I did a Facebook short on today. So definitely or a YouTube short. I'm sorry, YouTube short on it today. Definitely check out our shorts. We're starting to do them Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're going to be doing a short, 15-second, 30-second quick little video. What'd you think of today's short, Mr. Magazine?
I think it was short.
So what did you think of the overall content? I mean, did I hit all the points?
Oh, you always do.
You don't have 15 seconds to spare for me. You're really that
I do have 50
busy.
seconds. I don't have a memory to spare.
Oh, all right. All right. So definitely do check that out. Did go to a church sale. Church sales are awesome. Bought a couple of religious books, $1 each. They sell for $30 each. And I happen to be going by it anyway, which is how I kind of knew about it. So can't argue about that kind of stuff. Paying $1 to sell for 30.
Now, what if they made you like have this new rule? They made you sit through the mass and then you go to the sale afterwards. Would you still be going to church sales?
I would.
Okay, good.
Get free wine.
No.
There you go. Couple of others. I did go to a, I'm going to call it a school sale. It was like a flea market set up in a school,
Okay.
local school. Didn't know about that till I checked Craigslist. They did a really bad job of advertising it, but I ended up passing out my business card to a dealer. He was selling stuff really cheap to start with, and I bought from him before. So now I got to contact him to go over to his house to buy lots of stuff from him. Bought some really, really neat stuff that I'll be not selling at Whatnot soon. So definitely do check that out.
Speaking of Whatnot, Lee is making a good point here. Oh, maybe so.
No, they probably won't. That's the crazy. They buy Skype.
Jeez.
Have not even signed up to watch on it. I feel it won't last long. Only a few sellers in the future.
No,
Yeah,
they last long. If you watch one of Paperboy sales, how long? Hour and a half?
it seems like a lot longer.
Yeah. The packing probably seems a lot longer.
It definitely seems a lot longer. When you're the only one in there and you got the flop sweat going, it seems like a lot
You're
longer.
cracking jokes with yourself.
That's about what happened.
Jeez.
Whoa, 7,000.
Enforcer. He's like, Mr. Hot Wheels.
Holy mackerel.
That is
kind
impressive.
of crazy.
Good for you, man.
So I got down in my car this.
Your cars look the same for weeks. Okay.
I've not emptied anything out of it.
It's a
That's not true.
It's a U-Haul.
I've emptied one item out of it, which I'll tell you about in a little bit.
Like one box or one item.
Anywho, so I got into the car on Sunday to go down to the flea market.
Okay.
I said, okay, beautiful day, 75 degrees. It's going to be great. I don't know why I did this, but I sat in the car, had the key in the ignition. I said, let me check my calendar. Nope. Last week was the last week of the flea market. Thank goodness I checked that, or I would have been driving down, or it would have been, I would not have been happy.
How was the weather? If it was crappy weather, it's even worse.
Oh, it would have been 75.
Oh,
so I would have been like, what the heck?
Wow.
But here's the crazy thing. Last week was the last local flea market. Years ago, the last local flea market, I don't know if you've been in a public market or not, but they've got 3 sections. All 3 are completely filled up for the last one, because if you set up for, I think, 3 shows during the year, you get to go to the last show free. Everybody go. A huge thing. They couldn't even fill up the first normal part on a free day.
Jeez.
And I had no idea it was the last one, and I spent no money at the last one. So that flea market has certainly gone way downhill from the way it used to be.
Jim's in the house. How's it going? And he is overwhelmed with 50 magazines. Well, that can happen. Hey, some days I get like that.
And I'm also not buying, but I've got a new source of inventory. Somebody has been giving me a lot of free stuff lately. Sheet music, things like that. Somebody has decided that they are sick of tripping over various boxes. So
road maps, you name it.
Which I won't be selling on Whatnot soon.
Okay.
The road maps. But
I think I found more. Remind me.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I don't sell these first ones, I'll get the new ones.
Good.
So Mr. Magazine has been bringing me free boxes of stuff, and my wife is not happy with you.
There's more coming.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
I should bring an airplane box and then one of my boxes of freebies. So you get 2 free boxes every week, or one free, but 2 more.
Yes, you should.
And yes, Jeff, it does sound like I'm losing some brain cells from the shots. Absolutely. New videos on a magazine buy. I totally forgot. I wasn't there much for this load number 2, but load number 3 is coming Friday. I will remember to take some. And I definitely want to take a picture of the container with the doors open, because it's kind of impressive how chock full and high it is all the way deep. So it's pretty cool. All right, cards for kids, big comic buy, very cool with key issues. All right.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I'm jelly. I'm getting free sheet music.
What era? We got bronze, we got silver age.
I will trade you some free sheet music for it. You got to try. You never know. Yeah. But lumber, there you go. Build more shelving.
Oh,
wow.
Good to know. I'm going to have to check that out, because I got to get more shelving myself. And right now, the metal cages that I never used to buy are half the price of wood. So we'll see how that matches up.
Oh, wow. We'll run through these over here and we'll get into glitch of the week. Going to Poshmark Lives, leaving whatnot. Yeah, I saw the Poshmark and I was wondering how people were doing over there as well.
That's true. Yeah.
I think it's more like 15 gallons per mile. Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah, they're all hard grinds. Yeah, Ron's in the house.
Local Ron. Welcome,
How you
Local
doing?
Ron. 1850s menu in an estate sale. Technically, my first paper. There you go.
Ooh.
Just on it for Friday.
Nice.
That is the right
That's
attitude.
a good mindset.
That is the right attitude. Or you could go on Whatnot and not sell it for 5 years. Bring it up auction after auction. Clone it and bring it forward.
Or sell for $2, yeah. And smile about it because you got an extra follower. But that's just me. Hey-o! Dawn is in the house. Well, it's about time. We always miss you when you're not here at 7:31.
I barely was there at 7:31.
It's true. Meredith's in the house. How's it going? I wish it was the morning. No, I don't because I want to go to bed.
Sales were terrible last weekend. Yeah. Phenomenal this week. Wow. I haven't gotten to that part yet. Yeah. Phenomenal. Sure to be coming soon.
All right. Modern comics, but yeah, there's good comics in every era, so can't lose out.
Literally been a life changer for me. It's completely transformed my business for the good. Experience is a little different depending on what you saw, how you run the show, social media, etc. Right. Yep. So basically, take a look at what Primetime's doing, take a look at what I'm doing, and do what he's doing. That about sums it up.
Okay. Yeah.
Nah, actually, I'm doing okay over there. I can't complain. It was a go last week. 50 issues of good housekeeping. One issue was great chocolate cake recipe. There you go. Loco Mike. Oh, nice. I get it. Went to a Digger estate sale, found 100 Visa unopened, got a huge stash of Susan B. Anthony dollars.
All right. Nice.
Nice. Those are always nice. 3 boxes of sheet music to go through for the farmhouse cleanup. I tell you, Jack, if you show up and you drop that off of my porch, I'm going to have an issue with you. I have an issue with him. I'm just telling you.
There's more coming. There's more coming.
I'm sure there is.
I don't throw anything out anymore. I just bring it here.
It's cheaper than a dumpster.
Exactly.
$10 for the bag, but anything I can fit in it. Oh, my.
Yeah.
Oh, my. So I made Primetime laugh at least.
Did, yeah.
Thank you, Primetime. Courtesy laugh, but you can at least write courtesy before a courtesy laugh out loud.
He was watching your comic. See how that's what he was.
Watching the review, watching the rerun of it. There you go.
Wow. All right.
There
well, maybe we
go.
can add some into the Life magazine sale next time around.
2000 Harlequin Romance. Yeah, I was going to say those actually do sell.
Nice. Yeah.
Those actually do sell.
Nice shape too. Can't go wrong with
those.
that.
Actually do. Can I head on to one of everybody's favorite sections? Glitch of the week. Did you notice any glitches, Mr. Magazine?
You always ask me, and I'll let you say.
Of course, I was asking. You're part of the show. I mean, nobody can really tell.
I don't do the listing, so if it's a listing glitch, I won't know that.
Right. With the glitch on stamps.com where it wouldn't let you buy postage.
Exactly.
That you told me about.
We did notice now that my manager's been helping me print in the morning so I can do other stuff. It's kind of like PayPal. You can't have 2 people on at the same time.
Oh, really?
Did learn that one. So
there you go.
I taught you something today.
You did. eBay wouldn't do relists for me due to a system glitch. So I went to list stuff into the store that I had up at auction, and I had 12 items up.
Mm-hmm.
And I clicked through and I watched it, and it said, relisting item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6. I go, that's probably not good.
No.
Ended up listing 9 of the 12, and it said 3 items not able to relist because of a system error. Then I went to there, and only one of them was showing up, and I said, what happened to the other 2? What happened? Yeah. I clicked back like 3 minutes later, and all 3 were there, so it just took some time to work through the system. So that was a minor glitch. Trouble with combined shipping. Okay. You didn't notice that?
No, but I did notice Amazon had a glitch where items weren't showing up till the next day because I talked to my manager because he said he listed a ton of stuff. I said, I'm only seeing like 23 on Amazon. He goes, there's no way. It's like closer to 100. So then we looked the next day and they were all. The weird thing is the stuff he listed at 4:30, say Tuesday, were on there shortly after. The stuff he listed like in the morning that day didn't come on till the next day.
So they must have had something.
Yeah, something going on. Definitely.
This isn't exactly a glitch, but I kind of put it here in the glitch area. So Etsy gave me an opportunity to schedule my Cyber Week sale.
Well, good for you. That
And I clicked on it and I
sounds
said,
important.
all right, I'll do it. I'll play along. Cyber Week sale. Do you know when Cyber Week is?
Well, the Cyber Monday, is that the week of Cyber Monday?
Cyber Week is November 18th through 30th.
Okay. So it's 2 weeks.
Exactly.
Cyber weeks.
Exactly.
Cyber weeks.
So they're having a 13-day week over at Etsy. I don't know if that's
is
considered
Cyber Week for
not.
every platform, just the internet in general? Because I know of Cyber Monday.
Etsy,
the only place that has Cyber Weeks.
They have they're the only place with a 13-day week.
Oh.
I'm going to say that. It's kind of crazy.
I wish Cyber Week was February 29th on Etsy.
Yes. Sellbrite had a problem. Everybody wants to get on this glitch.
I
of the
would
week.
know because we got rid of Sellbrite. We're saving $500 a month. Thank you.
Sellbrite is experiencing degraded performance. We are looking into the matter and hope to have a resolution soon. So there was some degraded performance over there.
There's been degraded performance for 10 months with them. That's why he stopped. And you will too if you get too big.
Yeah, at some point. Then eBay categories wouldn't change. I don't know if anybody else had this issue or not. It seems to only happen with books, magazines when you're switching into it or out of it. I had a situation where I had listed a book and then I had a magazine. So I changed my category to magazines. And it tells you, you've put in the name of the magazine, which you have to do for your item specifics. I went to type it in and it disappeared because it reverted back to the book listing. It reverted back to the book category. And it only is with book magazines. I've seen this problem. You have to click a second time to make it stick. Not all the time either, just something that truly is a glitch. One listing ended a few days ago on eBay. I had a hyperlink inside my description. I did not. The hyperlink was directed to California Prop 65. Okay, that would be their hyperlink. That would be something in their item specifics or something.
That's crazy. I would be fighting that one because you don't want that on your system for no reason.
Glitch when buying a label. Label cannot be created. Do not buy again. Go to shipping labels. It is, oh, thank you. That actually is good to know. Because again, people would probably buy a second time. However, did you, and this is the most, I'm going to tell you the most eBay glitch ever. Did you get an email the other day, yesterday, as a matter of fact, from eBay?
All right.
Now, you may not have gotten it because they said it was an exclusive opportunity to enroll.
I would have sent it to you, but go ahead.
Where you now can enroll and be able to spend your money on eBay. So in other words, if I sold something for $20, it's sitting in the account, I can buy something on eBay for $20 with that money. So you can use that. You did not get that.
No, I did not get that.
So I got that opportunity. I got the exclusive opportunity to enroll.
Good for you.
I went to eBay. I clicked. It brought up the application thing, which literally is you click on the bottom and it's going to make sure it's you, it's going to send you the like the two-factor authentication.
Yeah.
So they're going to be sending that over to me. I went to do that. Let me see if I wrote down what it said. Signin.ebay.com refused to connect.
Refused.
They refused to connect. So is that the most eBay glitch you've ever heard of? Come join this exclusive thing. We're not going to connect you. You cannot join. That is about as eBay as you possibly can. 25-hour day, 8 days a week. Exactly. Wish Whatnot would do that. Wish Whatnot would sell anything. That's a whole other story.
Well, you mean spending your money back in Whatnot?
To do that. Okay, yeah.
So then you could sell everything and buy a $2 comic. You could sell all your comics, the 3 lots, and then buy one $2 comic with it.
How about site changes? I only noticed one site change this week. And you probably noticed this as well. When you were an eBay seller, it looks a little different. Now it's got on the left-hand side a couple of little videos and like how to improve your store and all that kind of stuff. So they changed the way that looks. So they're working backstage on that over there. Hints for today. Did you know that when you use your phone to search items, you can lock filter to sold items? I did not know that. I very rarely use the phone, but that is good to know just in case I do have that opportunity. Now, thanks to Loco, he wants to be called Loco Mike, not Local Mike. It's the item of the day. Now, I had mentioned to you that I took something out of the vehicle.
You did. Is it a bomb?
It is this. So my vehicle will now get 15.0001 miles to the gallon because this is not in there. This I picked up at a sale or at a house call. And I don't know if you guys all probably know that they made these. I know Mr. Magazine didn't because I asked him and I didn't know it either. Key holders. So Zippo ended up doing, and see, it's even got the original little paper tag in there. But this is for Rochester Screw and Bolt Inc. So they ended up doing essentially key holders or keychains, advertising ones. I had no idea they did this kind of thing. I'd never seen it before. I ended up taking a chance on it, and they did them for a lot of different companies out there. If you do see them, again, people probably will charge a higher price because of the Zippo name on them. Of course, that's also what's going to sell them. Just random ones sell for $25 a piece. So just to let you know, these in box from Zippo, $25 a piece all day long if you're able to find them. So keep your eyes open for them. You absolutely never know. You may actually find these as well because people, they look like they could be lighters. They could be at a sale with lighters. The lighter people might not want them. The lighter people, leave that. And then you look at it and then you're like, oh, geez, who's going to want, when you downplay it, talking to the guy, I didn't even know they made these. He may give you a lower price. Oh, I thought those were lighters. Give me a couple bucks each, get them out of here.
Sure.
So hopefully that helps you a little bit out there. Again, I had never known all these years. I'd never seen those out there before. And they did advertising for a lot of different companies. Oh, there you go. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, never apologize for making money. Unless you're not.
There you go. I'm going to head on real quick to another favorite section, the customer issues. We did get one more, although now we've put the situation to bed, from the fine gentleman who had the issue with the DVDs. He did send one last email before the problem was taken care of, and I'm going to read this. And to anybody who doesn't know, essentially, Mr. Magazine did mess up last week, He sent, there was an old address in stamps.com. This gentleman's order got sent to the wrong address. It was some adult DVDs. The gentleman was not happy, watched last week's show to see the first exciting part of this.
A lot of words we can't say on the air.
And he said, and you both, and he was talking about Mr. Magazine and his manager, and you both are S-word people, except he said people, so you're not even people. You're people in quotes. Both guilty of criminal behavior, including breach of contract and theft. Do you make amends by issuing a $50 refund on PayPal? No, you have no consciences because you have S for brains. Well, I'm going to make your lives miserable online, so get ready. F you, un-American, mother effing a-holes. And the thing that makes me laugh, he then signed his name, wrote his name at the bottom, which I find absolutely...
With his middle initial.
With his middle initial. He's very proper.
Very professional.
Very proper at the bottom. He put his name at the bottom and all that. So at least he took ownership of that.
And again, I couldn't refund him because he put a dispute in. So eventually he got his money, and we've not heard from him since. So $50 in these movies mean the world to him because he's willing to kill for them.
So the problem has been put to bed.
Kids cover years is right. So true. Exactly. It's a hot segment of the show. Who else can I piss off next week?
There you go. Yeah. My wife. My wife is going to come down and talk to you
Mrs.
online. You keep bringing stuff over. Yeah. We are going to go about 3 hours on installing offer of the week.
Oh God, yeah. How come I always get the Big Daddy on Wednesday mornings or Wednesday afternoons?
Because people want content for the show.
It must be, yeah. Someone's doing it on purpose. Got to be. They're overseas, though, right? That one.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. That's the last one. So I got a $2 offer on a $32 magazine with free shipping. I pointed out to the person that the shipping alone is going to cost more than $2. So they made another offer.
Oh, nice.
For $5.
I was going to say $4, but okay.
They went all the way up to $5. Wow. So I still would lose money. Then I took time to spell out all the costs of them, and then I banned them. I said, well, that's great. It's going to cost me this to ship, this for this, this for this. So I'm still losing $4 at your offer, but thank you. Mr. Magazine got a $1.16 offer on a PC World magazine, $34.97 PC World magazine about the future of DOS.
Yeah, DOS.
Yeah. And I don't know if I've told this story or not. I think I may have, but real quick, in the middle of the pandemic, local news was talking about the New York Department of Labor not being able to handle the number of unemployment claims that came in. And the reporter was obviously a young lady. And she said, yeah, their computer systems are running on MS-DOS. And I laughed out loud because I said, obviously you don't know what MS-DOS is if you spell it out that way.
She said, Mistus.
Mistus, yes, there you go. So a few other nice ones over there. You got an autographed wrestling figure.
Mm-hmm.
You want $455 for it. Somebody offered you $50. You had.
What's crazy about that is the figure unsigned goes for like $300. That's the crazy part about it all.
Then you had a $52 figure that you said goes for $40 in the store today. Mm-hmm. They offered you $11 on it. I had a brochure that I wanted $24 on, and I had turned down a $5 offer on. The gentleman came back with a $3 offer. Guess who got banned?
Yeah.
On that one.
That makes sense. It had writing on the figure, had writing on it. So, yeah, it's not mint and new anymore.
However, we're not going to retire this segment, but we probably need to retire this segment. Mr. Magazine had a sealed Aliens movie. VHS. Graded. He is asking 5,240 pounds on it. He got an offer.
And it's a high grade.
On this high grade Aliens movie. Now you might be a little high at 5,240 pounds.
Well, we take offers. And
if I offered you 5,000 pounds, you probably would take it.
Absolutely.
A gentleman offered him
overseas, right?
From England, offered him 1 pound. 1 pound on a 5,240 pound item. You know what shipping is on 5,240 pounds?
I don't know, but I'm not a violent guy, but I like to take something that weighs a pound and do something with it.
So that is the all-time record. Do not try to beat it. Do not try to beat that.
It's going to be tough.
1 pound on a 5,000 pound item.
What? Enforcer's got a new name? I'm just kidding. How's it going, Mr. Hot Wheels?
Couple of other quick little things before we head on into the main thing. How many Amazon pricing violations have you gotten?
Oh, please. Well, luckily my IT guy has some program where it automatically lowers them to 10%, and we don't go lower than a certain percentage, but we get 100 a day now, I think, on average.
And we're talking, I got one the other day for a Punisher comic book that I wanted $4.19 on, and that's high price.
Yeah, we get a lot of them like that. Well, the crazy thing, if you look at the listing, there might be people that sell them for 10, and it's okay for them to sell them for 10.
Now, this is not one that I've gotten a warning on. However, I did see this when I was going through. The Magazine of Fantasy and Science Fiction, July 1956, single issue magazine, July 1st, 1956. I listed mine at $12, no problem at all. Mm-hmm. People were around that price. I want to show you what the buy box price is, and I want you to read this out loud, Mr. Magazine.
Yep. $1,022.21.
So you can buy 4 used from $9.95, or you can buy the buy box version at $1,022. And Amazon is giving me trouble about a $4 comic book.
I mean, if you called them up and talked about it with them, what could they really say? I wouldn't even know. They wouldn't know what to say. They'd probably be confused.
So they're busting your chops. And that famous one is the Lawrence Welk album that you have $1 on, and you can't list it because $1 is too high of a price.
Yeah, right.
But somebody else can list a magazine that I could buy on Amazon for $10 for $1,022.
Yeah, but if we raise it to $10, they may let it fly. Who knows? It's crazy.
Absolutely crazy on that over there.
All their money, you think they'd have someone like overseeing some of that crap?
It's just all bots. Wondered if other people have had this problem. In the last 2 weeks, I've had 2 orders canceled and 2 bid offer retractions. That's more than I've had for the last 2 years. I don't know what people are doing. They're buying things. Now, one gentleman claimed wrong address, which is fine, but then he didn't rebuy it. The other person said they bought it by mistake. And I think the people that put the offers in said they put the offers in by mistake. So I don't know if people are just, I really don't know what they're doing. They're just, I've not had that problem before. I wonder if other people are having that also. you let me see, what else did I want to talk about? Have you noticed older items are selling right now? With the few things that are selling, they're older items.
Yeah, I mean, steadily we do. I mean, if we have a bigger day, we'll sell more older items. If it's a crappier day, like a Saturday or Sunday, we'll sell less. But we do some on a day-to-day basis.
See, and my older items sales were non-existent. And all of a sudden I'm selling stuff that I listed in 2013, 2008, 2014. It just makes you wonder if eBay's not screwing around with their algorithm now and giving those items some exposure, whereas they hadn't been in the past. Now, I didn't do anything to the item. I didn't in any way change the item whatsoever. But it wasn't just one item. It was like, all of a sudden when 3 or 4 straight items sell and their items have been listed for 8 or more years, you tend to notice that. Go, wait, why is my old stuff selling right now? I don't know why. So that's kind of what I'm noticing, is the old stuff is starting to sell right now. Now we do stock a couple of different resellers. We're quite open about that. And we stalked the one gentleman. He sold 39 items this last week. His usual is about 45 to 50. He sold 39. Now he does charge shipping. So leaving shipping out of it, he had 0 items that he sold for more than $10. Another gentleman that I stalk did okay as far as number of sales. He was selling 45s, $1.99, $2.99, $1.99, keychains, $1.49. He sold a keychain, I believe, for $1.29 plus 99 cents shipping or something other like that.
You might as well throw it out. Or give it to a little kid, donate it, something.
So it makes me wonder, it's one of two things. Are the bargain hunters out in force on eBay and just buying the cheap stuff? Or are sellers getting so desperate for some action on the account and so desperate for some sales that they're just listing cheap things in order to sell?
Crap for cheap, just to get some money
just to have some money in and have stuff move. Because again, we'll just use Michelle as an example, because she had mentioned she went to the sales, fill a bag for $10. If I went to a sale, fill a bag for $10, and I can get 40, 45 records in there and 20 keychains in there, and I'm selling them at $2 a piece, I get $120 back on my $10. Right. Maybe in my head, maybe that's worth it because I'm getting a little action.
I mean, say you put them in a lot, you could probably get $2 a piece in a lot, one sale, boom. You do 10 lots, you get 10 times your price back.
Oh, wow. I didn't hear that, Dan. That is big news. And that's smart. I mean, for years, I've been saying they should almost do eBay vintage versus eBay new, on that kind of deal. Because again, when I'm on shopping, I say it all the time. I buy shipping supplies on there. When I'm buying shipping supplies, I'm not looking for a collectible. I'm looking for shipping supplies.
Yeah.
There's a couple of like there's a sinus medicine that I buy occasionally. I buy that on there, or some vitamins on there, or I buy K-cups on there. I'm buying the K-cup. I'm not looking for a comic book.
Right.
That is what I'm on there for. And I never have I gone on there and said, let me buy some K-cups because I need coffee. Oh, look, a comic book came up in the search that I happen to need. That doesn't happen. It's, those kind of items, the newer items, you're there destination shopping for. Maybe I might go through all the K-cups and say, oh, that's an interesting flavor, but I'm still in the K-cup section when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I'm searching on a old baseball card and a K-cup comes up and goes, oh, I need some coffee. What a good idea. So they're different worlds. They really, truly are. So that's good news if eBay's doing that, at least for all of us resellers. I think that's really good news.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a good way to put it. Thank you, Justin Time. I'm going to steal that, by the way, when you hear me using that next week. We also have a local auctioneer is doing his final auction this week. He's moving out of state. So there's pretty much going to be no auctions left. I don't know if I'm going to go to it or not. I got to take a look. He said there's ephemera, but I might take a look. I don't know. I don't know why.
Well, because you have a lot of room in your car to fill up. Sure.
I removed this out of my car this week. I'll have you know, I've got this much extra room.
Wow. Yeah. It's a lot of ephemera you could replace with.
It's like.
So you can go to that auction and buy a deck of cards, basically, is what you're saying.
Well, one of those mini deck of cards and missing half the cards. Yes, I could do that. Indeed, I could. One other quick question that I noticed goes way down on low end. Unfortunately, it shouldn't, but it does. It does. It obviously does. You know, I've got a $500 magazine up or book up, and somebody's asking me questions about it. I'm going to dig it out.
Exactly.
I've got some $8 book up that's been up for years, and somebody's asking me, you know, are all the plates there? Is this there? Is that there? Is this there? What's on? You know, something for an $8 book. I'm sorry. I don't have time to dig that out on that. I just don't, unless I happen to be in that box anyway for some reason.
Yep.
Question for eBay. Why can't you be consistent? And I'm talking about item specifics. Did you know, for instance, let me ask you this.
Is this a topic?
No, it's not the topic. From the year 19...
Is this a rambling story?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
From the year 1900 to 2022.
Okay.
Are the years all the same? Will there always be a 1917? Will there always be a 1922?
Sure. Yeah,
yes. How come in the magazine section, you can list back to the 1860s? In the catalog section, you can't list before 1940. How come?
Who's in charge of that? Like, that makes that judgment call? Like,
how come they've got the thing where country manufacturing? How come in some of the drop downs there is an option for America? Some of the drop downs there isn't an option for America. Have the countries changed?
Not that I know.
Not much. The countries are the countries. Crazy idea for eBay. Set up a master list of dates from 1800 through 2022 and then add a year every year. Set up a master list of countries. And when the item specific needs a country, have your programmer pull that master list over. So you've got consistency across categories. It's not difficult to do. Yeah. Why are you reprogramming in each section? Why would you do that? Sorry. Just an idea how they could do things a little bit better. Did you see the lady? I just read this article today about Salvador Dali.
No.
This is a crazy story. Always be careful when you bid and be prepared to buy. So she went to a higher end art auction, like $1 million art auction. They're getting $1 million worth of art stuff.
Sure.
They had a Salvador Dali print up that she goes, oh, that's pretty neat looking. And the catalog said it's $14,000 to $15,000 estimate.
Okay.
So, you know, bid was at $3,900. She bid $4,000 on a whim.
Yeah.
Crickets. She ended up winning the item at $4,000. And it's like, oh, I kind of didn't want this. So she just bid so she could tell her friends, oh, you know, I went to an auction. I bid $4,000 on an item and it went for $12,000.
Well,
but
she
I
got a deal, supposedly.
She got a good deal, but now she's got to come up with $4,000 that she didn't necessarily have lying around.
Plus buyer's premium.
Plus buyer's premium for
$5,000.
Yeah, $4,400 or whatever for an item. So just be careful when you're doing that, because sometimes people drop stuff on you. I don't think it was malicious in this case at all. She was just like, oh, okay. And then next thing you know, she owns the Salvador Dali that she had no intention all of owning. Things happen. Couple of other quick things. Oh, did you watch the local news last week, Mr. Magazine?
I watched the news occasionally. So at some point last week I did.
Did you see that there was a man in critical condition after being shot in the 400 block of Lyle Avenue?
No.
Are you familiar with the 400 block of Lyle Avenue?
I'm familiar with Lyle Avenue.
Do you know what's in the 400 block of Lyle Avenue? There's a flop house in the 400 block of Lyle Avenue.
Okay.
A flop house that somebody recently went to.
Oh, wow.
And bought CDs.
Awesome.
I did not read into the motive of the story. What if the guy went back to his room and said, what happened to all my CDs? What are all my CDs?
He started shooting the place up. Oh, my Lord.
If anybody shows up at my door with the gun knocking, saying, do you have my Mozart CDs? He can unload the car and take some other stuff. Take it, sir.
Take the car, too. Here, take my car. Here's the keys. Take the whole thing. Jeez.
Third quarter will be very telling. Yes, it will be.
All right. Congrats, Brian.
Nice, Brian. Yeah, how crazy is that about the 400 block?
Jeez.
There you go. Yep. Oh yeah, definitely. It's like a very old car. Once it has problems, kind of hard to fix it. We're running obsolete parts. Yeah, no, you're right. And they can't shut it down. They got to keep it going on that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very true.
All right, we're going to head on into our main topic today. And this is something that you need on eBay and Amazon that I don't think you did it early on, and I certainly did not do it early on. And from time to time, when I'm selling those old items, I'm paying the price on it. And it was a rooming house. People are there's like 6 to 8 people. I have no idea what they're paying per rent per room, but each of them has a room, shared bathroom, all that kind of stuff. They can't be paying more than.
Are they usually clean?
No.
Do they usually smell good?
No.
Sketchy people?
People that are paying $300 a month for whatever reason. Yes.
Okay. Right.
Down in not good neighborhoods. Yes. But I think this is really, really important to do. And I think if you're not doing this now, you definitely need to do it. And I think
buy ink for your printer, because I'm looking at a sheet and you can't even read anything off it.
No, I can't read anything off it.
It's
But
terrible.
until my computer tells me that I need new ink, I'm not getting new
You
ink.
can't even see anyways. Jeez.
I think it's really important for you to get a price point on what you're selling and have that minimum price point. And if you have items that are beneath that minimum price point, figure out another way to do it. As Mr. Magazine said about the keychains, lot them out, do whatever, because otherwise what you end up doing is spinning your wheels a lot. Now, do you have a price point?
For different items, I have a different price point. But yeah, absolutely. It's changed over the years. It's gone up.
Right.
Or at some point where, say we're going to Hot Wheels, it used to be $6.99 and we don't think they're going to sell for $7.99 or $8.99. Well, we take them off eBay, put them on Amazon because we know we can get $10, maybe long tail, but at least it's a better option than list 100 of these on eBay and you're never going to sell them, Or if you price things too high on Amazon where you're, say
$1,022.
Exactly. Or CDs. You can't put $10 on your CDs when most people are selling for $1. So you got to think, a lot of them on eBay then. So we go back and forth.
Right. That's a perfect example with the CDs. I don't know if anybody knew this or not, but I was in the 400 block of Lyle Avenue at a flop house, and I bought a lot of CDs. And what I'm doing is I've got my minimum price. And if there are a lot of them available and it's beneath my minimum price, I'm putting it off to the side. And then what I'm going to do, as you said, I'm going to lot them out. Might be 20 whatever Mozart CDs all together in one lot, because otherwise I'm wasting my time listing them on Amazon, because if everybody else is selling them for $1 and my price point's $5, I'm never going to sell mine.
Sure.
Because those aren't things that become rare and valuable and things like that. There are always more out there for the $1. So I'm never going to sell mine. I find myself bogged down a lot at this point because I didn't used to have a price point on Amazon. And it takes, as a good friend of the channel mentioned to me one day, it takes as much time, realistically, it might not exactly take the same amount of time, but it takes as much time to list and sell a $5 item as it does a $500 item. Yeah. So why not do the $500 item?
Right.
And that's what ends up happening is you end up spinning your wheels if you don't have that price point. Now, you also have to have a higher price point than me.
Sure.
Because you have a lot of employees involved and a lot of overhead involved. I
try and tell my employees, my good listers, think big. Set yourself up where you want to list $50 items, not $3. Even if it's harder, I'd rather you list 10, 30, 40, $50 items an hour than 35 Hot Wheels at $5. That's not doing anyone any good. They're going to sell slowly. I'm going to make hardly any money. So think big, challenge yourself, and that's all you can do.
Right. More in the long tail pricing. My son sells the move. I'm a duster. My son is a pusher. Yeah. Well, and there's nothing wrong. See, the thing is, though, with a lot of the stuff that we're selling, especially when you get into some of the oddball ephemera stuff, it isn't. Now, it may be different on Hot Wheels. I'm sure it's different on Hot Wheels. I'm sure it's different on CDs. And I'm sure it's different on sports cars and things like that.
Sure.
But if I'm selling a brochure from Albuquerque, I should have taken a left turn, from 1937, whether I price it at $5, $10, $15, or $20 doesn't really make a difference. Either somebody wants that or they don't want it. And as long as I'm not pricing it at $500, as long as I'm somewhat reasonable in my price, they're going to buy it or they're going to make me an offer on it. I mean, obviously I can't price everything at $500. I wouldn't sell anything.
Yeah, or better yet, you got it in an auction and two people want it. You know, that's the best of both worlds there.
Yep. But what is your price? I mean, what is your like absolute minimum price point on stuff? Cards, I think, probably your lowest, right?
Yeah, I mean, we have to do $10.99 for cards, free shipping. You know, and then if they make an offer, I may take $7, $8, but we start everything out $10.99 for cards.
And that's just because they can list so fast, easy to pack, easy to send out.
Yeah, sure, exactly. And and they're trending, and if they don't sell an auction, a bunch of people wait, and then they'll make an offer afterwards, and we raise the price obviously and take a lower offer. But it seems to work for us.
Oh, yep. Thank you, Justin. I definitely do have to do that as far as that goes. I've sold CD lots before as well. Would send out the deal-free 1,000 auctions for stores. I would send a ton to auction at the lowest I would take. Yeah, we just, like I said, we list everything in auction to start with. And every once in a while, you'll see one of the bolos, something or other takes off on that over there. You just never know. Take all the good stuff.
Yeah, if you can. Middle of the road stuff.
Yes and no. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think it depends on what you're selling. For example, if I'm selling, I've sold lots of CDs before, and they were all common CDs in there. But if I've got a group together by a genre or a group or whatever, if somebody's buying 6 Backstreet Boys CDs from me, they're not necessarily buying those because they want the rare Backstreet Boys CDs. They're buying because they want Backstreet Boys music. And I think that's a different way. And some of that stuff, now records might be different. People might be collecting the records, but the CDs aren't that. I mean, they are collectible, but they're not.
I used to do a set of record boxes and lots for auctions, and I had so many of them. I put Elvis or popular titles that people thought were better than they really were. But if they're paying $10 for 50 records, they're going to get $10 worth of Elvis or whatever. But you don't want to put in, a $50 Pink Floyd record and then sell the lot for $25. That's foolish when you could sell that for $25 to $50. So you got to be smart on what you put in there. Maybe middle of the road, popular trending stuff.
Yeah, it's because I know at this point my eBay is $20 is the absolute minimum that I'll list anything on eBay for.
That's where we're at magazines. We're at 20. We're at 18 plus shipping, so really 25.
Yeah, 20 free shipping. I very rarely will I list something other at $20 because again, when you get down to it, if I'm listing something at $10 with the free shipping, I'm not making anything on it. Right. I really am not making anything on it because I don't use the eBay standard envelope because I just have not had good. They haven't shown up basically, and then you're on the hook for it. And I don't sell the volume. Sure. Like you can do that. You sell the volume. If you sell 100 cards and 2 cards don't show up, it's not a big deal. Right. If I sell 2 cards and 1 doesn't show up, it is a big deal as far as that goes. It's a fine line. Basically, it's in each seller to figure it out. Yeah, I definitely agree. But I guess the point is, I think it's a good idea to have it in your head that you do have to have a minimum price because otherwise, again, if you stop and you value your time at all, because remember, we've done many videos about opportunity costs. I'm just going to use the one gentleman that was listing those records at $1.99 each. When he's listing those records at $1.99 each, he's not listing something else at $50 each.
Right. Or $10 comics or anything that's worth way more than that.
And maybe he got all of those, maybe he bought a whole room of 45s out and he paid $20 for it. So he's got nothing into the thing. Right. You're still not making anything for your time at $1.99 because you've got to take the scan. You've got to change the title. Maybe I didn't really go too deep into it, but with the item specifics, if you're doing it the right way, you've got to change the artist and all that kind of stuff in there. You end up spending a lot of extra time, especially with the item specifics. And at the end of the day, you sold something for $2.
Yeah.
Plus shipping, but then you pay your fees out of it. And what is and granted, I understand that you build it in. But those 45 boxes, they do take a little bit of time to build.
Yeah.
It's not just you're throwing something into an envelope. You actually are building those boxes because you got to hold it and tape it and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
You're adding a little extra time there. And even if you are charging for shipping and you've got that built in, you've got to buy the supplies and all that.
Yeah.
You're not making anything at $1.99. And I looked at his shipping. He wasn't one of those people that it's $1.99 plus $34 shipping. He wasn't doing that game.
Right.
He had reasonable shipping on it as well. At the end of the day, he made a lot of sales. And that works in the sports card realm if you're selling old commons, because people tend to buy 4, 5, 6 commons from one thing, and all of a sudden you're getting a $12 to $15 sale to one person. But if those 6 commons were to 6 different people, you're not making anything by the time you add all the time together.
Exactly.
So that's another thing as well. So yes, you can make money on a low price if you have people buying a lot of the same thing. A lot of different commons from the same year. But if you're doing to all different buyers, you're not making anything by the time you get done with all of that. 25,000 new and used PC games for 3,000. Wow. Third for round. Whoa. All right. Well, there's something to be said for that.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive. A couple of just in time there was talking there. It's okay to sell some stuff at marginal, always worth to offload at flea market once you're unconfident. There are a lot of different ways to unload the stuff as well. That's why I personally like the whatnot on that kind of thing, because again, I put it up and I sell it that way, and I do leave a lot of room for somebody else who's got a different pricing structure. And I don't know everything that I sell. I sell a lot of stuff on there that I don't know, and I might be giving away good deals.
Sure.
But I'm not going to list it, so I would rather have a few dollars than have that item tripping over myself. Standard envelope is insured up to 20. Oh,
pretty good.
I was unaware of that. I should have put in a claim. Now we're going to head on into, and you guys can keep commenting, of course. We're going to head on into, hit the like button. Nobody has reminded me to remind you to hit the like button. What's wrong with you people? Going to head on into Rambling Story of the Week. Do you have one this week?
The basement's not done. So what do you think?
That works for me. I can save mine for next week.
So last week, where were we at? I was going to take a picture.
You had water, but you knew where it was coming from.
Right. So water problem solved. All water problems solved. Basement's dry as a bone. Now I have the guy coming in that's putting the wainscoting and the baseboards on.
Okay.
So he was the quickest guy to do it, middle of the road pricing, and my landscaper referred him to me.
Okay.
Comes in, seems like a nice guy, gives me the price. Takes 2 to 3 days to do everything, and it looks like crap. Dirty walls, marks. It wasn't painted right. The whites were off, like just crap, And he said it's hard to match whites. It would rain when I brought it over in my truck, so the dirt got on him and this and that. And he tried, in his head, he tried to make it better. He didn't caulk the seams well, so you can see like every 8 feet, there's a separation where the seams are. Totally crap. So the purpose of this was to avoid the hole in the bottom that I had to drywall, so to get the wainscoting, and we didn't have to paint half the wall. So I'm trying to save myself some time and money. So what happens is, he came by for 5 minutes, tried to make it look better. It was a waste. So my employee's a painter. He's done some painting before for me in the basement months ago in some of the washrooms and stuff. He said, I'll paint it for you. So he's coming in to paint it. One day he finishes, the next day he's resting off because he was there all day painting. He's painting there today, the final day, to get it all over with again. He calls me up in the afternoon. I burned a hole in your floor.
What?
I said, what do you mean you burned? I go, you're kidding, right? He goes, no, I really burned a hole in your floor, the new flooring. I go, how? He goes, well, we had those heat lamps because he wants a lot of lighting so he can paint and see all the flaws in it. So he had to fix the paint. If there's flaws, the lighting's better. Well, it has a little kickstand that most people don't use. So he had it leaning back, so the lamp itself was on the floor, the vinyl flooring, and there's a big burn mark through about 2 or 3 boards. So it's safe to say that the basement is still not yet completely finished. If we do get the painting done Friday, we're just going to put a rug over it for now. I talked to my buddy who installs the flooring, and he is going to come this weekend, hopefully, to fix that. So hopefully by next Wednesday, we will have a finished basement with videos to show. Now, if you want to take over-unders and do some bets, that's up to you guys. Yeah, I have a picture of the burn mark if you want to see it. Take a year off in the basement.
I'm not often speechless. You know, if we could go back in time, as Cher says,
just seal the whole basement and boom, an indoor pool. There you go.
As Cher says, if I could turn back time, a year ago, I would have said to you, I should have said to you, don't improve the basement. Take all of the money that you were going to spend on the basement
and buy a McLaren.
Buy a patio home.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Then you wouldn't have a basement.
A camper, anything. Camper.
You'd have a new house.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
So the wainscoting looks great now that they're painted. They really do. The seams are covered, so I can't argue with that. It's crazy. Yeah. It was trout. There you go. Yeah.
It was trout.
Yeah.
Nice.
Next week isn't happening. Yeah, you got that right. And that is true. Good contractors are rare. And I don't mind paying the money. So I sunk tens of thousands of dollars in this whole basement. It will look
yeah, you could have bought a patio home.
It will look nice when it's done. The problem is everyone good, whether they're expensive or not, are months and months out. That's the problem we're having. So it's all a time crunch to get. It's already been 11 months, man. You know, we told you those other companies wanted 6 months just to do the wainscoting and crap like that. So it's crazy, but we're getting there. So we're
we are this close. Wow. I may be making a profit on Whatnot before your basement gets done.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
true.
a pronouncement.
Very true. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know where to go.
I didn't want to tell you that one. I
Wow.
want to see the look on your face. Yeah.
Well, everybody, and that ends another stellar show. We will see you next week. Come on by Whatnot tomorrow to watch me drip, flop, sweat as comics don't sell. Should be wonderful. 4:00 p.m. Eastern. Come by Tuesday, Ephemera auction. We got everything cataloged. That should be a lot of fun. Monday, I'll be doing a Facebook auction, 4:00 Eastern over at Vintage Syndicate and Ephemera. Next Wednesday, of course, 7:30 p.m. every Wednesday is the live show. Mr. Magazine will not be here on November 9th, so we will not have updates on the basement that week. I should be able to do one of my stories that week. Although you could always call in.
I could do that.
Patch you in from the road. Yeah, my basement. It'd be wonderful. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday are our regular show. Saturday, of course, is the Bolos. Do check those out. And Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to be putting up shorts on YouTube.
What size? The men's or females? Men's or new, I hope.
Oh, new tags.
Cool.
So do check those out as well. Do hit the like button. Thank you, Linda. You took the words right out of my mouth. And we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.